What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Lost Odyssey. So we're here on the Epsilon Mountain hut. Get a power drink there. Let's check that out. A drink that raises an ally's physical attack power during battle. Okay, let's look around for some more items here. Okay, antidote. There's Seth right there. Okay, got another seed there. There's Jansen. We finally reached the mountain hut. Everyone is worn out. I can barely keep my eyes open long enough to leave these few words. It's kind of hard to read the words where the light is. We're going to stay in this hut for a while. A giant monster inhibiting the Epsilon has appeared. We've only glimpsed at its shadow near the peak, but it was enough to make us think twice about going in. I've got a light fever, probably from the rain during the climb. Weather changes so fast up here. I still have my appetite, and I've taken some medicine, too. I should be fine after I'm rested. The keeper of these mountains is still on the prowl near the summit. We hear the beat of its giant wings and roars periodically. We should be safe in this hut. Who knows when we will be able to leave. Those Ipsilon Mountains were a terrifying place, a nest of monsters, but everything is so beautiful up here. We discovered an exquisitely rare flower today. There isn't much else to do right now. The master of the Epsilon Mountains finally seems to have moved on. At least we can leave this place. We're going to ensure our safety tomorrow and depart. Okay. Huh? You turn the light on and off. Oh, it revealed an item. Oh, shield. So that's probably like protect, if I had to guess. Yep, slightly increases the physical defense of one party member. So we got protect and shell, basically. Hey, there's a bed here. Let's stay here. Let's go talk to Seth real quick. Okay. Search glasses. So you light up the lights in this area and it reveals items. That's cool. Let's see here. Search glasses. Reveals the HP and status of enemies. Okay, so I'll probably give those a Jansen. Because I'm actually learning stuff with the other characters right now. Okay, let's see here. Am I going to have her use magic, or should I just get rid of magic for her? How much attack does she have compared to her magic? I don't know. I could just use a skill seed. I think I will. I think I'll use a slot seed here. We'll use it on the main character. And now you can equip the... I want to have this ability active. Factual analysis. There we go. And then he'll have the search status analysis where we can see the HP. Okay. The road to the peak lies beyond the store. I guess it's getting late. Though, how about we call it a night? Okay. Oh, you can actually leave. Wow. Don't want to leave though, obviously, but I didn't expect you to be able to leave. Alright, is there any other lights to light up around here? Because I'd like to know if there is. Any more candles around here? Candles, candles, candles. Where are the candles? I don't think there's any more candles, guys. Nope, no candles. Alright, let's head upstairs and sleep. Maybe we'll get another dream. And I'll have to read for like 30 minutes. It's probably going to happen. I don't remember if there's a dream here or not. I think there is, though. Seems like there is. But there's Jansen's stats. It's like B on a lot of stuff. B and F's. One thing he's good at doing is getting drunk. And hitting on women.
Listen, if either Kime or Seth seem like they're starting to regain even a fragment of their memories, use this.
What is it?
Alright, so Gongora doesn't want Kime and Seth to have any memories. And sorry about the glitching in the
Sleep. I'm usually exercising, sparring with people and
cutscenes or whatever.
Was that all?
Was what all? About what?
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
Yep. Kime is definitely glitched out. At least the audio's fixed at least. Turn out the lights before we leave. Oh, wait, what the? I said examine something here. Oh, you can rest. Oops. Oh, is it another dream or? Okay, you can read the dreams that we've already done. Thousand years of dreams. There's Seth Balmore stats, even though it doesn't show up stay up on the screen long enough. It's because I'm playing on PC, and obviously my PC is way stronger. Well, yeah, stronger would be right. Stronger than the Xbox 360. So obviously in the 360, that would stay on the screen a lot longer. But since I'm on a SSD, of course it's gonna go load up quicker. Good morning, Kime. Once we leave here, we'll almost be at the peak. Let's get moving. Where did Jansen go? Yeah, you definitely want to save it too. Because let me tell you, boss battles in this game don't play. Alright, Epsilon Mountain. What is this? Northern Ridge.
The air feels humid.
Well, it's not gonna rain. I know the weather. I have a sense about these things. And the sun's gonna break through any second, and you'll be peeling off the clothes. Trust me. Oh, great. It's raining. What'd I say? It's gonna rain. I knew it. Man.
He's a maelstrom. He made it rain. Obviously, I'm kidding. Castle of Ura, Castle Hall. Here, we get to watch someone getting served his food. We get to watch him eat too. I want to see every bite.
You're dismissed.
Oh, Lord Gongora, please wait. Pardon the intrusion. Oh!
Wow.
Gongora, what are you
Waste that
doing?
perfectly good soup or whatever that was. Rude. It's a mouse.
What is going on, Gongora? Answer me. The council has placed you under house arrest.
Behold,
Was it poisoned or something? Oh, come on. That poor rat. Oh, crap.
Gongora, what is the meaning of this?
there are those who do not wish the monarchy restored to power.
But I do not wish it to be restored to power.
With all due respect, while some fools completely support our current republic, there are also those who long to restore a powerful monarchy. Regardless of what your highness may desire, our country struggles with two political forces, the past and the present. You must be aware of this. Fortunately, I was able to sense your danger through magic energy. Even though I am under house arrest, I could not allow you to be harmed. There are many ways I can secretly move from my manor to yours, your highness.
But if Roxian knew you had been out of your home, you would be subject to even tighter restrictions.
I can look after myself.
I, however, cannot. Had you not come, I would have ended up like that mouse.
You can always rely on me, your highness.
Thank you, Gongora. Thank you.
Well done. We'll have to push him harder. I'll be in touch when the time comes.
So yeah, Gongora we're already finding is not a good guy. He sent Jansen to prevent Kym and Seth from getting their memories back. And then he basically tried to get in the good graces of that dude. Even though he's the one who did that to the food. So now that dude owes Gongora, even though Gongora did all that. Anyway, let's continue on here. Alright, it's now very heavy wind and raining here in the Epsilon Mountains. And now we're moving very slowly. Kym recalls a memory that was locked deep within his heart. Are you guys ready for me to read? It's time to read a lot again, as usual. These take a very long time, so this will be the rest of the episode here. The Upstreamers. Okay, strong winds have always blown across the vast glassy plain. Perhaps the area's topography has something to do with it, but the direction of the wind remains constant. Hold on, let me move the TV closer so I can read it better. Hold on. Irrespective of the time of season, from east to west, from the horizon where the sun rises to the horizon where the sun sets. Swept by the unceasing winds, the misshapen trunks and branches of shrubs all incline to the west. Tall grasses do not grow here, and the grasses that do grow all lie flat on the ground, bending westward. Caravans and herding folk traverse the single road that crosses the plain. They do not come and go, they only go. Moving from east to west, using the wind at their backs to gain distance. Travelers heading west to east always use the circuitous route that snakes around the southern mountains. It's much farther that way, but much faster than crossing the plain head on into the wind. The road across the plain is called the wind stream. Just as the flow of a great river never changes direction, the footsteps of those who use the road have not changed directions since the distant past, nor are they likely to change far into the distant future from east to west. Human shapes that appear from the horizon where the sun rises disappear over the horizon where the sun sets. They never pass concerning travelers with only the rarest expectations. The first time she passed Kym on the windstream, the girl was just an infant. So was my grandmother alive then? In response to the girl's untroubled question, Kym smiles and answers she was, and I remember what a nice old lady she was too. Looking back down the road, the girl points towards the line of hills fading off into the distance. My grandmother crossed even hills on her journey. Is 7 a lot? Grandma lived a long time. Most people in their journey at their 5 hills. The people they leave behind build a little grave where they ended their journey, and then they keep traveling. The girl points down at the ground where she is standing. This is as far as I have come, she says with a proud, happy smile. The religion of the girl and her family professes a Picus belief that if they devote their lives to walking westward or eastward against the flow of the wind stream, they will arrive at the easternmost source of the stream itself. People call believers in the religion the Upstreamers. The word carries a hint of fear and sadness, but also a trace of contempt and scorn. The Upstreamers are devoid of worldly desires. They live their lives for no greater purpose than traveling eastward on foot. They are free of doubt. They give birth to children en route, and they continue their journey while raising their children. When they age and their strength gives out, their journey ends, but their family's journey continues. From child to grandchild to great-grandchild, their belief is carried on. The journey of the girl's family was begun by her late grandmother, who began walking from the windstream's western verge with her son, who was then the age of the girl is now. The Upstreamers do not walk for the entire year, of course. During the season when the winds are especially strong, from late autumn to early spring, they take up residence in various port towns or post towns scattered along the road and earn day wages by performing tasks that the townsfolk themselves refuse to do. Some Upstreamers choose to stay in the towns, while others conversely take townspeople with them when they return to the road in the spring. These are the people with whom they have fallen in love with during the long winter, or boys who dream of travel, or grown-ups who have tired of town life. Such are the reasons that the townsfolk look upon the Upstreamers with complicated gazes. The little girl's mother was one of those who joined the journey midway, and the girl herself, some years from now, might fall in love with someone in a post town somewhere. She might choose to live in the town, or she could just as well invite her lover to join her on the road. She has no idea at this point what lies in store for her. The girl's father calls out to her, "Time to go." Their brief rest is over. She seems sorry to leave and stands up reluctantly. "Too bad," she says. "I wish I could have talked with you more, but we have to get to the next town by the time the snows start. Constantly exposed to headwinds, her cheeks are red and cracked, her lips chapped, but her smile is wonderful as she wishes Kaim a safe journey. It is the serene smile of one who believes completely in the purpose of her life, without the slightest doubt. "Well, will I see you again somewhere?" she asks. "Probably," Kaim answers, smiling back at her, but he can never match that smile of hers. He is now in the middle of a journey that will take him beyond the western end of the wind streams. He heads to the battlefield as a mercenary, and by the time the western battle is over, a new battle will have begun in the east. It will be a long, cruel journey, nothing to believe in. When he meets the girl again along the way, Kaim's smile will have taken on even more shadows than it has now. Perhaps as a parting gift of sorts, the girl sings a few short lines for him. The wind, where does it blow from? Where does it start its journey here? Does it come from where life begins, or does it begin where life ends? Goodbye then, the girl says, trudging on one laboured step at a time, hair streaming in the headwind. 10 long years have flowed by when Kaim next meets the girl. It is spring when the grassland is clotted with lovely white flowers. She has become the wife of a young man who does tailoring and shoe repair in one of the post towns. This is my third spring here, she says, patting her swollen belly fondly. In a few days she will give birth to a child. She will become a mother. And your parents, Kaim asks. She shrugs and glances eastward. They are continuing their journey. I'm the only one who stayed on here. Kaim does not ask why she has done this. Continuing the journey is one way to live, and staying in a town is another. Neither can be judged to be more correct than the other. The only answer for the girl can be seen in her smiling face. But never mind about me, she says, looking at him suspiciously. You haven't changed one bit from the time we met so long ago. For the 1,000-year-old Kaim, 10 years is nothing but a change in season. Yeah, that's for sure. Lived for 1,000 years, like a century would be like a year for us, for him. Some lives are like that, he says, straining to smile. Sounds like Kaim. He always, man, a few words, you know. Some people in this world can never grow old, no matter how long they live. He looks at the girl, now grown into a woman, and wonders again, living through endless ages of time, is it a blessing or a curse? Kaim's remark hardly counts as an explanation, but the girl nods with a look of apparent understanding. If that's the case, she says, you should be the one who goes to the place where the wind begins. You'd be the perfect upstreamer. She could be right. After all, the lifespan given to humans is far too short for anyone to travel against the flow of the wind stream as far as the starting point of the wind. Still, Kaim responds with a few slow shakes of his head. I'm not qualified to make the journey. No, anybody can be an upstreamer. Anybody, that is, who wants to see where the wind starts with his or her own eyes. Having said this, however, the girl adds with a touch of sadness, no one has actually seen it, though, I guess. I guess because they died or something. The place where the wind begins, that place is nowhere at all. Even if, after a long journey, one were to arrive at the eastern end of the wind stream, the wind will be blowing there too. Not just the east wind, west wind, north wind, south winds, winds without limit, without end, human beings who cannot live forever, clawing to make a journey without end. This might be the ultimate tragedy, but it could just as well be the ultimate comedy. Kaim knows one thing, however. One can not simply dismiss it as an exercise in futility. How about you? He asked the girl. Aren't you going to continue your journey soon? She thinks about this for the space of a breath and caressing her swollen belly, she cocks her head and says, I wonder. I might want to go on living the way I am now forever, or then again I might feel that desire to reach the starting point of the wind. All the upstreamers without exception say that you can never know what might trigger a return to the journey. One day, without warning you, slow off the entire town and start walking. It's not always a matter of running into an upstreamer and being lured back to the road. Plenty of people set out on their own all of a sudden. The teachings of the upstreamers say that all human beings harbor a desire for endless travel. They probably are not aware of the desire because it is stashed away so far down in the breast that is deeper than memory. The instant something brings it to the surface, a person becomes an upstreamer. Even you have the desire, the girl says to Kime. I wonder. It is true, she says, no question. The look in her eyes is as straight on and free of doubt as it was last time he met her. Fixing him with that look, she points to her own chest. I haven't completely lost it myself, but I'm sure you're happy with your present life. Of course I am. Do you really think the day will come when you'll want to set out on the journey, even if it means giving up the happiness? Instead of answering, she gives him a gentle smile. Many years flow by, but every now and then something reminds Kime of the girl's words. That everyone harbors a desire for endless travel. For Kime, living itself is a journey without end. In the course of his journey, he has witnessed countless deaths, and he's also witnessed countless births. Human life is all too short, too weak, and fleeting. Yet the more he dwells upon its evanescence, the more he feels inexplicably that words such as eternal and perpetual apply more property to life, finite as it is, that is, to anything else. Traveling down the windstream for the first time in many years, Kime spies the funeral of an upstreamer. A young boy in mourning dress stands by the road, holding out wildflowers to passing travelers and urging them to offer up a flower to a noble soul who has made the long journey this far. Kime takes a flower and asks the boy, "Is it a member of your family?" "Uh-huh, my grandma." The boy nods, his face the image of one Kime knew so long ago. Okay, so it's that boy from the beginning of the story. The old woman lying in her coffin must be the girl. Kime is sure of. Oh, the girl who. Oh, okay. So the girl from the story who was rubbing her belly, swollen belly. She had a kid. The kid was passing out flowers, and now the woman in the coffin is that woman who gave birth to that kid. Grandma traveled a long, long time. She brought my daddy with her when he was just a little boy. See that hill over there? She started walking from way beyond it, and she got all the way here. So the girl must have set out on her journey after all, turning her back on the town life, leading her child by the hand. She trod her way along the endless journey. Her wish to aim for the place where the wind begins would be passed on to her child, her grandchild, and on through succeeding generations. To heed for a land one could never hope to reach, do so, and to do so generation after generation is another endless journey. Is it a tragedy, a comedy? Perhaps the serene smile of the face of the old woman in the coffin is the answer. Kime lays the flower at her feet as an offering. Family members who have traveled with her join together in a song for the departed. This wind, where does it blow? Where does it start its journey here? What? Yeah, where does it start its journey here? Does it come from where life begins, or does it begin where life ends? The wind blows. It sweeps across the vast grassland. Kaim takes one long, slow step towards his destination. Have a good trip, calls the boy. Red and cracked as the girls were so long ago. His cheeks soften in a smile as he waves to the departing traveler. So Kaim met the Upstreamers. That's a religion, and they travel where the wind takes them, and it's an endless journey, and a lot of them die on the journey. And obviously the woman that Kaim met died on her journey. So Kaim is experiencing even more death in his life as an immortal. Hironobu Sakaguchi is one heck of a writer, though, that's for sure. Like, the stories that he came up with in this game is insane. Like, we've only been through like 4 stories, and that's a lot for Kaim to have gone through, and just in those 4 stories, and we still have like 18 more left or something like that, if not even more than that. There's quite a bit of stories in this game, and like I said, it's very long to read them all, and you can only imagine how long it took Hironobu to create these stories. He basically like created an immortal character, right? And he knows that people can't relate to that because no one's immortal. So he had to like put a bunch of story. He had to make Kaim go through a lot in those 1,000 years to be like, yeah, I have eternal life, but I have to deal with all these struggles, and I have to keep on living with the struggles, and there's nothing I can do about that. And we all as human beings deal with struggles every day throughout our whole lives, and that's nothing in comparison to what Kaim had to go through in his 1,000 years, you know? Like, that's like let's say like someone lives like 100 years old. Kaim lived 10 times that amount. 100 times 10. Just put that in perspective of how insane that is. Like, living 100 years is insane in and of itself, but living 1,000 years is like way past insane. Like, words can't even comprehend that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go back to the save point, and then that'll be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode and later.